Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's Brother Frona back at it with another P5X video. This one's going to be a quick one, because given that we're going to get the 2.1 and 2.2 live stream early tomorrow morning, I figured now would be a great time to go ahead and actually dive into the total jewel count when it comes to all the content that we got with the 2.0 update. But before we get started, I actually want to give a huge shout out to Najox over on Twitter, not only for creating these infographics I'm going to show you in this video, but for when it comes to sources of insider information, if you will, regarding content in this game, whether it be for the global side of things or the Asian servers. Najox has been known as one of the more credible sources, so if you're interested in that type of content, I will leave his links down below in the description. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting off with the new and returning events, we have the daily loot reward, so this is referring to the LaFell's Hoot and Loot daily login bonus. You're able to obtain either 3 character pools from the tokens that you can use in the exchange shop, or 3 weapon pools, or depending on how you manage your resources, you can actually get both of them before the month's over. And that totals up to 450 jewels and 300 jewels respectively. Up next we got 20 character pools as well as 20 weapon pools, both coming from the new 7-day login bonus under the events tab, which totals to 3,000 and 2,000 jewels respectively. So hopefully you've been keeping on top of that, because if not, then you're definitely missing out on a lot of extra pull currency, because this is going to be one of the biggest factors for why this patch will be a lot more generous than previous patches. Up next we got the 10 standard pulls from the different palace unique chests that you can get in the new 3rd palace. Then we have another standard pull that you can get from the official P5X website. I'm not sure if this is coming from like a web event or something like that, but if you guys know, please drop in the comments down below. Then we have the new areas of content in the game that released. So we got 1280 jewels from the unconditional love missions, so aka the new story missions that you can go through. Another 1105 from the mementos chest and special shadows. Another 1100 from the actual palace exploration rewards from clearing the new areas of Palace 3. Another 525 from the Path of Chemda fair machine, so when you're exploring the new areas of mementos and collecting those fair machine tickets, you can redeem them through Martham to get a certain amount of rewards. It is currently capped to a max level of 15, normally it's 20, but we only got most of it just because we still have to get the rest of the content in the next updates. Another 450 from the different palace chests. Another 200 from the palace savage shadows, so those are the palace mini bosses. Another 150 from the mementos agitated / depraved shadows, so the mementos floor bosses as well as the mementos mini bosses. Another 40 jewels from the Kageyama side quest, as well as another 20 from the Ogata side quest. And when all that's said and done, we also get another 800 joy medals that you can use to exchange for weapon dupes in the exchange shop. And all that totals up to anywhere between 10,170 jewels to 10,320, assuming you complete all these different areas of content, of course, which is already starting off to be a great start alone, and we haven't even got through the rest of the content yet. Having said that, moving on to the recurring content section, you're able to get 4 standard pulls from the weeklies. You're able to get another 1,440 jewels from the daily missions. This is considering an 18-day kind of time span, because of course, counting the amount of days between when we receive 2.0 to the 2.1 update. Then another 640 jewels from the Gate of Nightmares, or the guild boss, if you will. Another 500 from completing the actual SOS stages. Another 500 from the actual SOS rank up reward, if you do, of course, complete the requirements needed to be able to rank up to the next stage once reset hits for it. Another 300 jewels from the server maintenance, and this next one is actually the only one that there's a little bit of a correction to, which Najox already stated in a subtweet to this post. Instead of 300 jewels from the stream gift, it actually was 500. We did get a little bit more, of course, for it being the 2.0 major update. So when it comes to the total jewel count, just add another 200 if you want the more accurate number. Another 250 jewels from just the SOS ranking achievement rewards, which is different from the actual rank up rewards when you have to complete the necessary score requirement to actually rank up. Another 180 jewels from the daily commissions. You get 10 per day. Again, this is going for an 18-day span, which is why it's 180. Then another 30 jewels from the free character trial. This, of course, is when you do the new core trial to test out her kit. And once you add that all up together, that's another 4,170. And now for the pay-to-win players, or for those that want to spend money in the game, you're able to obtain 1,800 jewels from the Martham's Reward card, the monthly $5 card. Again, this is for an 18-day span. Another 700 jewels for if you choose to buy the 7-day Spoils Pass, which they usually do for every update. They do a new iteration of the 7-day Spoils Pass. You can also get 300 Cognition Gems from the Coffee 8 Pass if you choose to buy it, as well as another 300 Cognition Gems if you choose to buy the 7-day Spoils Pass. And for pay-to-win players, that will total up to an additional 3,100 Meta Jewels. And now the second infographic is just pretty much a summarization of all the content that we covered in the previous one. So for the free-to-play side of things, when you're looking at the total overall number of Meta Jewels, when you break down everything and all the pool currencies and convert those to jewels themselves, that adds up to a total of 14,340 or 14,490 if you are able to obtain everything, which for free-to-play players is absolutely massive. Obviously with 2.0 we got Cord, so I know a lot of people were summoning for her, but also with the summer update coming up soon, some people might want to save a lot of those resources for either Summer Multiha or Summer Melko. And then after them, we'll be getting Mesa, who despite being a standard banner character, I know a lot of people are excited for. And then also after Mesa, we'll be getting the next absolute must-pull character in a lot of people's minds, being the 5-star navigator Futaba. So depending on how you want to manage your resources, being able to get 14,000 or over 14,000 Meta Jewels will definitely help out free-to-play players a lot. If, of course, you're managing your resources well, and also just, it's a gacha game at the end of the day, so just getting lucky with your pulls. And then if you want to exclude the platinum tickets and the millicoins, the numbers will drop down to 9,340 to 9,490, which still close to 10,000 is not bad at all. And again, that's just excluding the tickets and coins, so that's just the raw amount of Meta Jewels that you're able to obtain from the 2.0 update for the free-to-play side of things. And of course, for the pay-to-win players, for those that choose to spend money, they'll be getting an additional 600 Cognition Gems, which will add that total, or push that total up to 17,440 to 17,590. Of course, if you're buying all the additional spoils packs and things like that, as well as the $5 monthly card. And then when you exclude the tickets and coins and the Cognition Gems, that'll come down to 12,440 to 12,590. And then the last thing I want to show you guys before we end this video is just the comparison between the 2.0 patch and the patch before it. So when it comes to the Meta Jewels, it's not seeing that much of or that significant, I should say, of an increase, going from 9,010 to 9,490. However, the platinum tickets and the platinum millicoins is where we see the biggest increase, of course, because of the 7-day login bonus under the events tab, jumping from 9 and 7 respectively, both to 20. And then for the standard banner tickets themselves, again, not the most significant increase, going from 8 to 11, but of course every little bit helps, as there are a bunch of characters coming up soon that I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to summon for. So again, if you're making sure you complete all these different areas of content in the game, you'll be getting a pretty generous amount of currency, which of course again for free-to-play players is quite big. Now I will say, since they did confirm, or Sega did confirm, that the 2.1 and 2.2 updates will of course be separate for the summer event and not condensed into one patch, definitely do not expect either of those patches individually to be overall more currency than the 2.0 patch. I definitely don't see that happening, but I would love to be proven wrong. But of course, if we look at the summer event as a whole, this definitely should be exceeding these numbers by at least a decent bit, I feel. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know down in the comments below how you plan to manage your resources. Did you already get yourself Cord, or you still need a pull for her? You plan to pull for or skip the upcoming summer characters? Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.